His work rises from the earth, giving the illusion that there is more beneath the surface, more of a life left unseen. That's the hallmark of internationally known sculptor David Phelps. OETA Documentary Program Gallery goes inside the studio with David Phelps on October 11th, but O&R gets the first look.
At this stage of the game for me, I've given myself permission to do whatever I want with the sculpture or the images, and it's a great place to be free about what you're doing. My body of work is primarily figurative. It is objective in that it is, for the most part, representing an image outside of its own existence. Mostly representing ideas outside of its own existence. All the work I'm doing, I can trace back to how I arrived at this particular piece. In my mind, it all has its roots back on the farm. I grew up in California on a farm in the Central Valley. The farm was really kind of a solitaire experience. You know, the closest neighbors are usually a mile away. That open land and that open landscape, those were all pretty strong influences in my aesthetic development. The mechanical aspects of the farm are so important to me, and I see things 3D. I mean, I see how things fit together, and when I was old enough to handle a welder, my dad taught me how to weld and use the cutting torch, so I started assembling stuff out of scrap on the farm pretty early on. One thing that makes me realize how big of an influence the farm is on my thoughts is that almost every single dream I have takes place on the farm. My name is David Phelps. I'm a sculptor here in Oklahoma. I live in Oklahoma City and came out here in 1980 to go to graduate school at OU, and expected to be here for 2 years and move on, and I've been here ever since. A lot of people don't realize that California is a rural state, but where I'm from, it's just big sky country. It's wide open, flat. You can see forever in all directions, and Oklahoma's a lot like that. You got a distant horizon and a big sky, and it's real comforting to have that kind of similar environment. I mean, it affects my artwork aesthetically, and it also affects my mindset as to problem solving and how I approach problems. I can look at things mechanically and kind of figure out how that works, how to fix it, how to take it apart, how to put it back together. You know, I tend to do everything myself, and it's that farm mentality is, you know, you hit a problem, you just fix it yourself, and that plays a big part in how I approach things here in the studio. I've got a wooden armature inside of here to give it some support so the arms won't just fall down. And then I'm adding clay and slowly building it up. I sculpt primarily with bronze. I have done some pieces in cast cement. Some of my pieces are a combination of bronze and fabricated steel and some other elements. I've done commissioned pieces all across the United States. I've got pieces in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Mexico, in people's collections all over the world.